Hello everyone. Wait a second. Okay. Hey, hello, Miss Sabrina. How are you?
I'm really well, thank you. Yourself?
And then, today, internet, in Indonesia now tonight. Next in Indonesia now is let me check time. Now is 8:06 p.m.
Oh.
And then today we have casual talking about the model Islamic kit. I think about the entrepreneurs kit, right?
Sorry, pardon?
About entrepreneur kits, how to making entrepreneur kits.
Yeah.
Yes. And then maybe for the first, I can introduce yourself. Hello everyone. This is Miss Sabrina Ben Salmi BSc. Sorry, can you hear me, Miss Sabrina? We have connection problem with Miss Sabrina. Okay, we can invite again. Inviting Miss Sabrina.
Sorry,
Okay,
dropped off. So sorry.
it's connection problem. I think. Yes. Maybe can I introduce yourself for the first? Okay. Hello everyone, and then welcome to. I think this is the first episode for the last talk live session. She is Miss Sabrina Ben Salmi BSc. Wow, it's the really great person from UK. Wow, welcome, ma'am. Welcome. And then we're so happy you become to for the last talk live session now. And then, do you hear me, ma'am? Hello. I think we have connection problem again, but it's okay. We can waiting, Miss Sabrina. Yes, connection problem. I think yes. Yes.
So sorry. It was
Really,
really throwing me off. I've not had this before.
because it's connection problem, right?
Yeah, it seems to be. I don't know what's going on. Fingers crossed it'll be okay.
Okay, we will okay. Yeah. And then, okay, hello everyone. Welcome to Padilla Talk Play Session. This is Miss Sabrina Ben Salmi, entrepreneur, and then best author from UK, United Kingdom, and then part of model of 5. Wow. And then a multiple award-winning author, publisher, public speaker, consultant, and presenter. And welcome, ma'am. A really great person. And then, can you say about something? How you can get the best precisions in your life, like your get high active well. Can you say something with our audience about your latest tips
Yeah,
about
sure.
that?
So thank you for having me firstly. So I think in life it's always better to just go on a journey of self-discovery. I think sometimes when we want to put anything into the world, we want to create anything, be anything, do anything, we first have to get to know who we are, what our skill sets are, and what we enjoy being and doing, right? And I think if we can do that first, I think that's a far better journey. I think so many of us go out into life roaming, traveling the world, looking for this one thing. But the one thing you were looking for was right on your doorstep because it was you.
Yes.
To find out who we are and what we enjoy doing and surround ourselves with those people every day of our lives as much as possible.
Yes. Okay, that's great. And then, what do you think about the entrepreneur, young entrepreneur? I think it is young entrepreneur is very important for me. And then what do you think about this?
Absolutely. So, firstly, I think that children are so important. I really love the African proverb that it takes a village. And I think sometimes we exclude the younger members of the village. And I think that's so wrong. Children are bursting with ideas, creativity. And I think, like in our household with my children, we don't really call it entrepreneurship. We call it creativity because it's our second nature to create. When it comes to children, children are problem solvers very naturally, and any entrepreneur would understand that entrepreneurs find a problem, come up with a solution, and they package it. So what better people to activate than our children? And I think sometimes us elders in the village, we have to be conscious of what we're handing down to the next generation as an inheritance.
Yes.
If we can teach them as young as possible, they grow with an habitual action, knowing key life skills, knowing entrepreneurial skills, rather than waiting until they're 30, 40, and relearning things that they could have learned in their childhood. It takes 10,000 hours to master something. So why don't we start now?
Okay. Exactly. I'm agree with that. Because yeah, I know before we go to live, we go to making the live session. Um I just searching about you, about your book, about your business. I get something. Um how to future proof your child. Can you tell about this book? What is it? What is the book to talking about? How to future proof yourself? Can you
Excellent.
can you tell me about this?
Absolutely. And thank you for taking your time to do some research. So, my latest book is The New Norm: How to Future Proof Your Child. And in that book is a collective of people that I really respect highly from different walks of life. The book came about because many parents were asking me, what's going to happen? What next? Here in the UK, I don't know what it's like where you are, but here in the UK, we missed our GCSE, so I don't know what the equivalent is there. So, we had this influx of children secondary school into college, and that was missed. People that were trying to go from college to university, and some people's lives were devastated to the extent that they never knew what else they can do with their life. They were petrified, parents were panicking, children felt like their lives were over. And I started to think, what are the key skills that we can teach our children, irrespective of what's happening in the world? And some of those key pillars, I think, are integrity, trust, acts of service, being able to pivot. You know, when you pour water from a jug into a glass, it doesn't fight to maintain the shape of the jug. It takes the shape of the cup. It's adaptable. So the book really talks about how can we prepare our children by immersing them into various environments, connecting them with mentors, but more importantly, teaching them that there's only one thing guaranteed in life, and that's change. So how can we be more resilient and adaptable? So that's really what that book's really talking about, and tips in there. And we cross the plane. It's different experts from around the world. And we've got a chapter dedicated to ADHD children. And I think people that have had disabilities during this period really suffered, but also change has happened, especially in education. We're highlighting the importance of having these children who were once silent in class. Now they're at home. They've found their voice through Zoom classes, meeting classes, and they've started to vocalize more. So there's so much ebbs and flow in this pandemic period that has come out on the positive. So that's really what that book's about.
Yes, yes. Okay, it's really great. Okay. Relate to your speak about that. You know, we have in this difficult situation, like pandemic situation. We're talking about education. I know you. You have 5 kids, and you become as the wonderful mother, wonderful mom, and I have 5 kids. And then, what do you think about the education in the pandemic situation? What do you feel about difficult education in pandemic? What do you think about it?
Yeah, so it's quite interesting, and I think it's different for everyone depending on their circumstances. One of the realities we have to realize is that in some places, without school, physical school, there was nothing. There was no schooling online. There was nothing because some places don't have access to electricity, computers. And I think that was so sad and heartbreaking for me as a mother to feel that these children had to go home and they had no education whatsoever, no formal education. I just want to point that out because I'll come back to that point. Now, it depends where you are in the world, it changed. So if you're in private school, these people actually continued their schooling fine. They got the predicted grades.
Yes.
Given their grades, they're set for life, they're okay. But one of the things that happened that was quite interesting is that a lot of kids were sent home. I felt for families that didn't have the support systems. Earlier, I mentioned it takes a village. So you have parents that are working, having to pivot their business, having to pivot the jobs, having to do whatever they need to do just to put food on the table. But then they had the added factor of finding childcare while finding work. Now, that is a nightmare. I wouldn't wish that on anybody. So I feel that what was really prominent is that it really does take a village within your life, no matter where you're from. Do you have support systems? Are you able to ask? Are you scared of asking? Because if you're raising children having to earn a living and you don't have support system, that is really difficult. So that impact alone that it has on the children is really adverse, because when the parents are stressed out, so are the children, right? So the reason I'm saying this is that I think us in communities, we need to take a collective responsibility to continue to gather together. I'm saying continue because I've seen communities do so many beautiful things, you know, going out with food and helping and supporting. And we need to continue to do that, not just in our local community where it's working, just expanding it where possible, because there are some people that are dying through poverty. And this is 2021. People should not be dying from poverty. We need to wake up. We need to support each other. We cannot live in a society just caring about what's on our doorstep. We have to expand and say, like, if someone dies on my watch through poverty, that's just an extra bowl of food. Okay, it's for us to go out and understand that we have a duty of care to be stewards in this life, and we need to support each other more. And one of the things that I just want to highlight is when people talk about education, the reason I'm making a distinction between formal education and education is because life is a journey of market research. What we tend to do with it is up to us. We are students in the University of Life. We have to embody the essence of lifelong learning. It doesn't stop here when you're 18 or 20. It's a continuum. So I always say to parents that I've always homeschooled my children from the time they were born. Yes, they went into formal infrastructure, but when they come home, I educate them about life. I empower them to understand that they are responsible for their learning. Yes, you go to school, but if school's saying to stop here and you've done the top set, what else is there? Go deeper. The thirst for knowledge is such a massive life skill. Reading, knowledge, and immersion are absolutely key in life, and we need to take collective and individual responsibility for that.
Yeah, it's great. You know that, yes, I agree with your talking about that. You know that every people always thinking about, oh man, this is difficult situation, like a pandemic go, you know, we have staff, we have stats. How can we make this? How we can make to next level? I think, yeah, this is problem. I think, yes, we can always support each other about this difficult time, you know. I think this is my opinion. What do you think about your opinion about that?
Yeah, so my opinion is that every adversity brings about opportunity. So I think we will agree that we have not experienced anything like this in our lives. And what it means, we're standing on the precipice of immense opportunity because there are an array of problems. So it means that we can now stand together side by side in solidarity to come up with a host of solutions. And the exciting thing is now that we have all these young entrepreneurs that we call around the world that have powerful messages. If we listen to children, they say to us, why do adults do this? Why would you damage the environment that is the very essence of that supports our life? You know, without it, what do we have? One of my children in particular, he's Paolo, and he's 12 years old, just turned 12. And he has planted 10,000 trees out in Tanzania. And these are 10,000
Yes.
fruit trees. So they create jobs, they add to the permaculture. And to be honest, that didn't come from me. And this is what I'm saying, the potency to parents is that if we listen to the voices of our children, they will navigate us in such a beautiful way. My youngest son is Amir. He's 8 years old. He has got an affirmation book series. Yasmin's 13. She has a book series. It's all about self-love and healing. And I have my son he's 16, and he talks about financial education. And then I have my daughter
Wow.
who's 20, and she talks about culture integration and how we can learn so much from culture exchange. So I feel that as much as there's tears and there is serious adverse issues, but the children and us collectively, we house the solutions to these problems. And the one thing we need to do is start talking. Hi, this is
Yes.
the problem here. This is my idea about it. Can you help me immobilize it? So I think it's about us becoming very vocal. Let's not fear about we often have fear of rejection, fear of we don't know what to do or where to start. If you have an idea, find out exactly what problem are you solving, come up with the solution to that problem. And if you lack a team or finances, that's all you need to seek out. You start sharing on social media. This lovely young man reached out to me and said he would love to interview. We have people that are helping to spread the message. And you just say, look, here's the thing. I'm looking for finances. I'm looking for a team. You don't have to be the expert in every aspect of your business. If you happen to be the visionary, do that and find other people that can add, I don't know, social media, interviewing skills, book writing skills. But it's about us realizing that we are one intricate piece to the puzzle. And when we all come together, that's when we build the bigger picture.
Wow, that's great. Yes, I agree with that. That talking about problem, for me, if we have problem, we have solution.
Yes.
That's it. That's simple. If you have problem, you have solution. God give you solution. I believe that.
Oh, totally. I agree with that. I love that. I really do.
Yes. Okay, maybe this is the last. I think the last. Not the last question. I think the last. Uh, do you have message to young entrepreneur or to young men about life? I
Yeah.
know you are. I know you are coaching life too. You are coaching life. Do you have
Oh,
any message for that?
yes, absolutely. One of the biggest things that comes up when I'm coaching clients or speaking on stage is that if I'm speaking to Jack, for instance, and Jack is a powerhouse, he's a superhero, he's a community hero, I always ask Jack, who is the Jack for you in your life? You see, it's all very well being an entrepreneur and being on the front line and having these solutions. But one of the key things I think that all entrepreneurs deserve to give themselves permission for is to have someone to lean on from time to time. We always need someone just to hold our hand and say, it's okay, keep going, I believe in you. And I think sometimes we're very much givers. But if we look at nature, nature is in such balance. It gives to us in such abundance. And I feel that entrepreneurs need to grant themselves permission to, number one, be the true essence and potency of who they truly are. Don't worry about the
Yes.
world. The world will learn when you start to reveal yourself. Often we ask people to meet us in places we're not even there yet. It's just a facade of who we are. And when I say a facade, I don't mean it's fake. I see so many people that are only sharing at 1% of their potential, and there is so much beauty inside of them. But because of the way everything's set up, we're often told, oh, you shouldn't celebrate yourself, you shouldn't share that. It's, you're just being too egotistical. I think as entrepreneurs, we need to learn to become our own best friend. Cheer ourselves on the way others would, celebrate ourselves, commend ourselves when we've had to get up, when we really were tired and worn out and burnt out. Entrepreneurs are beautiful people, but I really urge everyone, if you know an entrepreneur, reach out and ensure they're okay. I mean, really okay. Really check in, because these people that have solutions to these problems, help them to help you. So that's really my message to entrepreneurs.
Wow, it's great. Yes. By the way, I know you are a great mom for 5 kids. I know your kids become to young entrepreneur too. And then yes, I know another mom can make this from you like you. And then do you have message? Do you have message? I mean, to all mom around the world.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah, that's quite, yeah, that's really touching. You know, as soon as you ask that question, you've got such amazing questions. Thank you. So that question really gave me a flashback to when I started. It was incredibly hard. Um, I think going back in 2011, I would have been a mother of 4 young kids. And to be honest, I had no time. I was a dead woman walking in many respects. I had serious health challenges. And and the reason why I'm taking it back, there's no point me speaking to a mother from where I am because I won't connect. And I did not have the infrastructure to support all of my aspirations. I did something that
Yes.
my daughter has created for me. She said, "Mum, why don't you come up with a challenge for mums?" And it's called 15 for me. The only respite I had is when I would be washing dishes and looking out the window, and I would use that time for affirmations and gratitude. So no matter where you are, if you're a mother and you're listening to this, it will be okay. Honestly, at the time, I didn't know it would be okay. I actually never knew I would get to that point because I was given quite a bleak diagnosis, a prognosis for my health issues. So in actual fact, I was preparing to die and leave my children behind. And I was
Yes.
petrified because I didn't have a lot of wealth to hand to them. And I was so scared about what might happen to them. And I used to ask people that were wealthy, what can I give my kids? What can I give? Like, I feel so bad I don't have the millions I would love to give them to ensure they're okay. And they said, you know what, I'm a millionaire and I don't want to give them money. So the best gift you can give your child is love. The other thing is books. Teach them to fall in love with books and teaching them, not giving them a fish, but teaching them how to fish. And that was so profound for me. And we don't have a lot of biological family. So it was just my mum.
Yes.
Dad was there, but not really on the same page as me. And that really touched my heart because it became my life quest. I said, God, allow me to do what I can until my last child is 18. I don't want them to go into care if anything happened to me. So I would say to mums, grab what you can from where you are because everybody has a different situation for them. Some people do have support, some people do not, and 5 minutes is like impossible. The baby might be crying, something might be going, you're on school run. I remember running to school, I've got a buggy, a double buggy, and 2 kids either side. I remember having 1 kid on a piggy bank and the buggy broke and I had to put the other one in the carrier, and things happen. But just grab those incremental moments. One of the things that's so important in life is consistency. Small steps in the right direction will yield you the results. Okay, I'm so glad and I appreciate and honor the woman I was then in order to become who I am today, because I never felt that I would make it to the next day, let alone years down the line. So mothers, stop judging yourself, stop comparing yourself. You don't have to be like any other mother. We just need you to step up and be that unique piece. There is no cookie cutter perfectionism. One of the things is just let yourself breathe. Like, go ahead and just take a deep breath and realize, wow, like my shoulders were tense. I wasn't breathing so well. Taking deep breaths, starting small, reconnect, appreciate, and love yourself. When was the last time you just allowed yourself to be you? As women, we are everything to everyone. But the question is, who are you to yourself? It was 2011 when I started to reinsert myself back into my life. I said to my children, I'm so sorry. My imperfection is my perfection and I'm willing to learn. Help me. Like, how's this relationship going? But I think sometimes mums have so much guilt. We have so much pressure. Society puts so much pressure on us. If our children are crying, you're a bad mum. If your children are happy all the time, you're a good mum. And I was like, just stop. My children do not need to seek their happiness through me. I said to my children, I will be there to hold their hands physically and spiritually. I believe that the love of a mother transcends life itself, okay? But please do not destroy your mother or destroy yourself as a mother by thinking you have to be the solution to every problem for your child. I used to think I had to protect my children from the world. And a friend of mine said, no, actually, you just have to cuddle them and hold them when they fall and wipe away their tears. So sometimes we just need to release ourselves from all of the guilt so we can go through life lighter, and the rest will come organically. Trust the process, please.
Okay. I think I get this message, to all people like women, like mom, dad, or many people. Please don't compare yourself. Just being yourself. That's it.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. I know you get a lot achievement. I just want to say um how you can make a positive impact get to all people. I know you get achievement now. I know that. And then what next? How we can make next?
Oh, wow. So, myself and my family, we're committed to just surrender into the process and the organic unfoldment. So, we choose to look at life as a playground. And like any child, when they go into the playground, they play on the swings, they want to play with their friends. We're creating a host of platforms, writing books. But a lot of what's coming to us is things that we don't even understand, things that we never knew existed. Okay, we're choosing what to say yes to, what to say no to. So if people want to follow me on Instagram or social media, watch this space. We're creating things that have to do with us reconnecting to ourselves, our family, and community. That's the 3-step process that we really focus on. And out of that array, we'll be creating a multitude of courses, programs, one-to-one session, retreats. And I'm really just excited. Sometimes what we think we're capable of is not even 1% of what we're really capable of. Sometimes that what we think we're creating is not even a cornerstone of what we're creating. There's so much more. So sometimes it's so hard to answer that question because there's so much going on. There's 5 different kids, so they all sprout into different branches, and each branch has its own branch. It's like nature, right? It's abundant in all areas. But one of the things that I want to close on is that happiness is key. I think sometimes we want to be more, do more, expand more, but happiness is absolutely key. And if we can have that as the primary essence, and if you speak to kids, they'll tell you this. They're like, what do you want to be when you grow up? I want to be happy. Like, if I can just be happy, everything else will come, right? So if we can be fully happy inside, in the eye of the storm, they say it's peaceful. I thought that was a really powerful scientific fact. So you have all this whirlwind on the outside, but in the eye of the storm, it's peaceful. So I really challenge you, if you're listening to this, how can you create peace in the eye of your storm? Okay, we all have our own level of adversity. We don't need to compare. But how can we really create congruent peace in the eye of the storm? And that's really what we're working on, to answer your question.
Yes, that's great. And then yes, for the next, I know you have family anthem.
Yeah, we
But
do.
can can you say it? Can you say it about family anthem? Maybe. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Come on, please.
Oh, wow. Yeah, so, oh, God, you're going to make me cry. So, our family anthem is so deeply resonant with us as a family because it was designed at a very dark time in our lives. And people will recognize it when I start to say it. So it was inspired by Sister Act. So it goes like this: we believe that there's no such thing as failure, okay? Only feedback. And we also believe that the journey of 1,000 miles starts with a single step in the right direction. Because people keep saying a single step. Now, if you're on the edge of a cliff, you want to take the right direction, right? so that's the mantra. But the rest of it goes, if you wanna be somebody, if you wanna go somewhere, you better wake up and pay attention. I'm ready to
Wow.
I'm ready to go somewhere. I'm ready to wake up and pay attention. And I believe that every family should have something that unites them. Sometimes my kids will come home from school and they said, oh, Mum, I was singing it at 1 o'clock. And I go, oh, my God, I was doing the same. And it's the most beautiful thing that connects us, okay? Families that play together and connect together, stay together. Life isn't always easy, but it can be beautiful if we choose to carve out those essence of positivity. And the last part of that anthem was actually created when my son came out of an acute asthma attack, coming home. And he would put his hands on his chest and he would say, "Mummy," like he couldn't breathe very well. And he would say, "Mum, don't worry, I'm strong." And every mother will understand what I mean is that when you give birth, the first thing we ask the doctor is, "Are they okay?" And the strength that kids have is something I can't put into words, because I've had to watch my child on death's doors more times than any parent should have to. So I'm really saying to you mums, keep going. I honor and salute you fathers that do a great job and not celebrated enough. And kids, keep supporting your mum and dad. They'll eventually listen. They will wake up and listen to you. I thank God that my kids never gave up on me, and they kept on telling me, and I finally listened and said, "Oh, wow, you were right." So let's do it together as a family. You all have an invested interest to support each other. So please keep working together as a family, and the rest of life will be beautiful if you choose to collectively.
Yes. Why you said, Miss Salma?
Oh, no,
Why you said, Miss
it's
Salma?
tears of joy.
Because I know. Your doctor is so proud have mom like you.
Yeah.
I know that, and yes, I know your set is your happy set because
Yeah, it's great.
you see your doctor is such as young such as.
Yeah. We just want our children to be free and to be happy. That's what every parent wants.
Okay, maybe we can making you happy now. We have games, After that we have game. Okay, you can answer this question repeatedly. Okay, okay, we can start now. Your favorite. Okay, we can start now. Okay, ang yang. Your favorite movie.
Oh, that was a special young man.
Your favorite movie.
My favorite movie. Oh God, I've got so many. Oh, I actually don't know. And we watched Genius. It's not really a movie, it's a TV series that my kids put on. It's a story about Einstein. So I love intelligence. It was really cool.
Wow, that's great. And then for especially do you like romantic movie or action movie?
I like
Especially?
I like all movies. I just stay away from thrillers. I cannot cope with horror movies.
Okay, that's great. Okay, okay. Next, your favorite song.
My favorite song. Oh, we were singing. Me and my kids were doing karaoke yesterday, and it's called "I Smile" by Kurt Franklin. It was really nice.
Wow, Franklin. Yes. Please, can you sing this?
I'm not very good, so I smile,
Come on, please.
even though it's that when I smile. They're gonna kill me. That's not the words, but
Come
basically,
on.
um,
This
smile.
this is games. This is games to you. I give you challenge. I give you challenge.
Oh, thank you. You're a beautiful soul. You really are. Thank you so much.
Okay. Okay. Next. What about detail you can make you angry? What is your make you angry?
What makes me upset? Um,
Upset.
I,
Yes.
I do not like people who prey on kind people. I don't like people who take advantage just because someone's kind. I don't like people that enjoy bullying people, that they seem to choose to say that they're weak. I don't like people preying on people just because they know they'll get away with it. I think that's awful.
Yes. 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 I agree with that. And then yes, maybe okay. Maybe you can do you have one question to me or do you like to
Yeah,
say something?
absolutely. Yeah, I would love to know what inspired you to set up this platform, and what is your why? What is your purpose in life?
My purpose in life is very simple. My purpose is I want to make a positive impact to around the world.
Oh,
If people happy, I'm happy. Because you
oh,
know that I want to making best things to people. I know. I want to making peace. I want to making like so yes, kind of positive impact to the world. That's
Beautiful.
simple, but we can do it. We can do together.
Yeah, I like that. That's beautiful. And what's your dream? What would be something that would be really beautiful to either experience or have just for you? Because you're serving, again, you're serving so many. What would be it for you?
What? Can you repeat again?
What
Sorry.
would what would be something that would make you happy? What would be something that you would like for you? Like not so much that can help other people, just something for you. What help could you have? What would make you
Yes.
really happy?
Yes. What make I'm happy? I'm happy because if I'm making something and the people know about I'm making and people happy. And then yes, that's why I make the making my happy. I'm
Oh,
happy about that. I
beautiful.
love I love I love my passion. I love my work because my hobby is my work. That's it.
That's lovely.
That's yes. This is very important. If you love your work, you can do anything.
Yes, I agree.
Your day is very beautiful. Please love your work, and after that, your day is very beautiful.
I
Enjoy
agree.
your life. That's
I
it.
love that. I really love that. Thank you so much for having me. I really am really grateful, and I look forward to getting to know you more as time goes by.
Yes, I think I just want to say a big thanks to you, Miss Sabrina Ben Salmi, because I know you have many times so very busy, but I contact you. I contact you. Please, Miss Sabrina, do you have time to become to my podcast? And then yeah, and you say yes. I agree with that. But yes, we can make in the next. And then yes, talking about this conversation, we I think audience gets a lot things about this conversation because this is very important conversation. We're talking about the how to become to beautiful not beautiful how to become to important people, how to making people happy, and then yes, many things. I
Yes.
think that. I just want to say thank you so much, Miss Sabrina, and then we're so proud to you.
Thank
So
you.
proud to you.
Thank you for
Thank
having
you
me.
so much.
Have a lovely day and have a lovely evening and take care of yourself.
Okay, take care of yourself. Thank you, everyone, and then
Bye.
see you in Vadra Talk podcast again. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.